Hi YouTube, Nations of Hockey Week 2. We have 4 new MSPs, a lot of new cards, and in this video I'll go through every single one. I will tell you who I would probably skip, who I would really love to try out, and who I think you guys have to make. Before we jump into the video, I'm live 5 days a week on Twitch, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you want to see me playing NHL 23 live or you have any content questions, make sure you stop by. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. We are growing, and I'm really thankful, guys, for watching, subscribing, and liking. It really helps algorithm a lot. Okay, let's not lose any time and jump into the video to see who are the new cards in NHL 23. Okay, the first thing is the Nations of Hockey objectives. They still remain the same. We still have 20 days. As you can see, guys, I only completed one because I'm not really in a rush, and I only have one player in the team. But if you stack your team with the event players, you can actually get it completed quite quickly. What I would suggest, if you are grinding to complete all these objectives, maybe don't rush and make a player. Keep all the collectibles in your collection and just wait until the last event to see who you can actually make, because we really don't know all the players yet. And instead of using your free collectibles for the player you really like now, maybe on the next week there will be someone else. Okay, let's go through the no MSP cards. So Rasmus Andersson, right-hand defenseman. Not a bad card. Again, like, these are all the stats, as you can see. I will not go in a lot of details. It's just so, guys, you can see them cards. He's from Team Sweden. If, like, you're a Team Sweden fan or you're from Sweden, I think this is a really fun card to use. Again, it's really low overall. The stats are pretty mid. So there's nothing special about the card, but if you are grinding for objectives, this is not a bad card to try. Jason Peterka. Again, superstar ability is close quarters, which already makes this card usable, and he had 87 speed for so low overall. I think it's a really fun card to use. I think this card would help you to grind the objectives, because if you grind the squad battles or even rivals, like with such a low overall card, and because he's probably cheap, it would be really useful. You probably would not even notice that he's so low in the overalls, because his hands and shooting stats are quite good for, I would say it's more closer to the 86 overall than to 83. Then we had a girl from Team Japan, which is right wing sniper, right-handed. Also superstar ability close quarters. She's really small, as you can see, but I'm just a big fan of the female players in a game, so I'm always trying every single card out. I'm just buying it in auction house, trying it out in squad battles, and then selling it, because unfortunately I cannot buy every single card, even if I would like, but I will definitely try her out. Can she make the team? Probably not, she's too small. What I'm surprised about this card is usually they make female players very fast, and now like she only had 84 speed, which is something I've never seen before, because usually they really boost the female players with the speed at least. But again, like, instead of speed, they actually, if you have a quick look on the hands, she had really good stats there. So I don't really understand what EA did here, but I want to try out this card because she's quite slow, very small, but with a good hand stats. So let's see. I will definitely try out and let you know, guys, how this card plays out. JONAS SIEGENTHAL from Switzerland. Again, nothing really special about the card. Left-handed defenseman, quite a big guy, and I think, again, like, if you're grinding the objectives, really fun card to be used. He could probably be your second or third line defenseman. His speed is mid, the stats are pretty mid as well. His superstar ability is Thunderclap, which is good for defensemen, but as far as, like, he's not your favorite player, he probably will never make your team. But again, these are the stats, guys. You can have a quick look and decide if you want to try this card out. For me, I think he's a decent left-handed defenseman for his overall. Another female, FILLIER from Team Canada. Again, what is happening? Close quarters. They're giving this superstar ability almost to every single card. Really good speed, very small, decent hand stats. Also, defense looks quite good. Another card I probably would like to try out. Again, I will buy all these cards, I'll stack my team, and I will play some squad battles, because I think this week there's a lot of female players, and I'm just big fan of that. Like Jamie Drysdale from Team Canada. Right-handed defenseman. Again, he's not big, but he's also not small, but he had a 90 speed, so that's something to pay attention, guys. If you're looking for some, like, third or second line defenseman and you're maybe free to play, I think this card would be very good for people who don't have a lot of coins to spend in a game, because his hands and his speed stats are very good. He also has Send It, which is one of the best defensive superstar abilities. He had Protector as a synergy, so it's also increased the balance, as you can see, slapshot accuracy, body checking. So it's definitely not a bad card to try, and I think for people who are no money to spend or just started the game recently, he would be a good card to get in the auction house. Okay, now let's go to the 87. So we have JAGR from Czechia. His superstar ability is Make It Snappy. Again, not really a fan of it. I don't think I ever even activated it. I did try it last year and I did try it this year. I don't like it. And I just don't think it's a waste of points in my opinion. Synergy also is Dangle City. I personally like the synergy. I know a lot of people on the internet, Twitch or YouTube, say that there is no any point of this synergy. I just like it, but again, that's my personal opinion. He's a really big guy, as you obviously know. He had a decent speed for his size. His hands and his defense and shooting stats are all pretty balanced out. And this is one of the cards that guys would say, if you can, try and buy him, because for 87 overall card, he had one of the best stats I've seen in a really long time. His synergy and superstar ability is not the best, so if you're building your team around the synergies and superstar abilities, then probably he might not fit your team. But other than that, I'm 100% getting this card and just trying him out, because last year JAGR was pretty bad, but the year before he was decent, so I want to see how his card plays this year. Next one will be HENRIK LUNDQVIST. That's a real huge Rangers fan, as you can guys see. I cannot wait when I will try this card out. Every single year I buy his card, every single year he's bad for me because it's a goalie. But again, his superstar ability and synergy is quite bad, but his glow high and his aggression is pretty decent, and I think like the lower aggression is better. Gudlevski's aggression was too low, where LUNDQVIST's aggression is 68, and I think it's decent because that's usually around the aggression you guys are looking for. Rebound control is 89, again, really good, so hopefully he can help with some of the rebounds. And I like the glow high because there is a lot of snipes from the point recently, because a lot of people are saying now that D2D is going in. I personally don't see that, but I saw a lot of people scoring a lot of goals from just from the point, so hopefully the glow high may help with that again. So okay, the next one will be Alexander Barkov. Again, Make It Snappy, not a fan of it. Gladiator, real big fan of it. I think this year it's very useful synergy. He had a mid speed, but that's obviously Barkov's speed in every single card. He is a big guy, so again, you can use him in a center, but I think he will be more useful on a wing. At least I usually use Barkov on a wing, same as I do with the DRYSDALE. I know people say like he's too slow for a wing, but I do find him useful there instead of the center, for me at least personally. Again, slapshot accuracy, slapshot power, leaking, offensive awareness, and all these stats are really good, so he's not an 89 card in my opinion. I think for 89 overall they could make his stats a little bit better. They did try to balance him out, and you can clearly see that because all these stats are like very mid, so he would probably be the 89 I would skip. But if you pull him, he would be nice to try out, because usually there are two types of Barkov's cards, or he's really good or he's really bad. So I would like to know which one of the versions this year we are getting. This week's 90 overall is Auston Matthews. He had Thief and he had 1T. I'm really surprised with the superstar abilities and synergies abilities. So he's really good in a center. He would probably be one of the best centers we would have in the game. I'm not talking about MSPs, I'm just now talking about the other cards. His speed is decent, his shoots, hands, all these stats are really high. So last week we had a Connor McDavid, this week is Auston Matthews, and I probably would prefer Auston Matthews more than Connor McDavid. Yes, I know you people probably will not agree with me, but I'm trying out 90 overall McDavid's card now, and I will tell you one thing, he definitely don't play as a 90 overall McDavid. I was expecting much more. His speed doesn't feel like he's the fastest player in the game, like I'm being outscated by a lot of other players. Also his hands, he missed a lot and he's just being bumped up the puck quite easily, when Auston Matthews with his size probably would play much better than McDavid from last week. Okay, let's now go through the MSP. So Simon Nemec from Slovakia, right-handed defenseman, again, not a bad card. We have Shutdown, we have Tape to Tape, and we get Elite Edges, and we have Seeing Eye. The synergies are Distributor Spark, and we also have Buzzing and Magician. Again, the stats are pretty mid, so I would probably rank him as number 4 from this week's MSPs. His size is quite small as well. His stats are good outside of like his size, so that's the reason why I'm ranking him as a number 4. His synergies and superstar abilities are really good for defensemen. So again, a lot of people prefer playing with the smaller players this year, so if you are one of them, then Simon Nemec would probably not even be number 4 for you. If you prefer the bigger players, then he's definitely number 4. Okay, the next one will be JAKUB VRANA. First of all, I'm really happy to see him back on the ice, and if we talk about the card, he would probably be number 3. Again, he's a decent sized guy, but again, nothing really special. The reason why I put him as a number 3, because I think we just have a lot of left-handed wings, which, like, again, the speed is cool. The hands, the shooting, everything is okay. He had the wheels, he had elite edges, he had make it snappy, which is not really useful, and same as snipe, I don't personally use it. He had gladiator, he had protector, also he had well-rounded, and he had a booming shot. So again, the synergies are good. I did rank him number 3 only because make it snappy and snipe is not really useful for me, but again, this is only my personal opinion, so if you don't agree, it's absolutely fine. And I just think that because of his size, he had a decent speed, and we have a lot of fast left-handed wingers. That's probably the reason why I would put him in the number 3 spot, unfortunately. But other than that, I think like if you are a Detroit Red Wings fan, or you're from Czechia, or you just like JAKUB VRANA, he's absolutely a card you should make, because there's nothing bad about the card. And number 2 will be NATALIE Spooner. I will explain why I'm thinking she is a number 2, not number 3, as probably a lot of people will not agree with me. She had the close quarters. For me personally, it's one of the best zone or superstar abilities. She had unstoppable force, which helps her a lot. She's really good size for a female player. She had snipe, which is not useful, and she had a born leader, which is actually very useful. She had a decent speed, she had a decent shooting. Look at the hands on the body checking and strength and aggression. Those checking stats are really good. Same as defense, like she is very balanced card. I think she's probably one of the best female players cards we currently have. I did use her 86 overall card for a very long time, and she was one of my favorite players from the female lineup to use, and I will make this card personally myself, and I probably will keep her in the lineup. She may be my like 4 line, but she definitely deserves to be in the lineup. The number 1 spot will be Peter Forsberg. I love his card every single year. I don't see anything bad about his card. I cannot wait when I will be able to try him out. He had Distributor, also he had Gladiator, he had a Buzzing and Thief. If you get Distributor or Thief activated, this face-off goes up. He had Elite Edges, he had Close Quarters, he had All Alone. I don't really know what it is, I never use it, I think. And the zone ability is Gold Unstoppable Force. All those outside of All Alone are the best superstar or zone abilities to have for a wing. I probably would use him in a sign-up because of his size and his speed. Also, Unstoppable Force would probably help as soon as you win a face-up and you pass it back, and then the guy from the back pass it back to the centerman. It would really help to have that kind of like breakaway, if you understand what I mean. I just really think that this card is very good, and like I think Peter Forsberg is the must make if you don't have his power-up icon, and probably NATALIE Spooner will be the number 2 card I would suggest you guys make out if you are interested in playing with the female players this year. Personally, I do, and I think I will make both of those cards. Other than that, there is really like nothing bad about this week's event. I think the cards in general are pretty good. There were some cards I didn't understand what exactly EA did and why they made the stats as they looked, as I already explained. But in general, I think Peter Forsberg and NATALIE Spooner are the cards you guys should make this week. Okay guys, let me know down in the comment section below if you are making anyone from this week, or you are just keeping your collectibles and see who will be available next week. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video and have a good one. See you on the ice.